Shalom, shalom, assalamu alaikum, peace and blessing, and everything else. I'm out and about, so you hear some noise in the background periodically. Just bear with me, family, bear with me. Now, it's been a while since I've made a video. I'm sure many of y'all could care less, but I've just been busy just trying to absorb everything that's been happening here and around the world, but especially here in the United States of America, the corporation, with President Elon Musk and Vice President Trump. You know, a lot of y'all don't realize that actually Elon Musk is actually the president. He bought this election. This election was actually stolen. You know, if it's any election that was stolen, it was this election. I mean, there have been so many reports that they're actually trying to suppress, you know, had to do with the counting, you know, the voter suppression amongst black people, how they literally stole this election. But you don't see the Democrat running around talking about the election was stolen. Because for me, I think at the end of the day, they didn't really want Kamala Harris to be the president. First of all, she was black. And second of all, she was a woman. So that's like double jeopardy. They don't want a black woman as president. They didn't want Hillary to be president as a white woman. You think they're going to want a black woman? But anyway, just a lot been going on, and I've been just paying attention, man. And one of the questions I have is this, right? Now, I mentioned earlier in the video, President Elon Musk and Vice President Donald Trump. And I put it in that category because if you notice, since this thing been, this so-called election, right? This stolen election occurred, Elon Musk been in the news like every day. You remember like back in like 2016 or even 2015 when Donald Trump announced he was going to be president? From 2015 all the way back to now, this dude been in the news. It's like these media outlets pretty much use Donald Trump to garner news, right? To garner news, because Trump, whether it's be positive or negative, for Trump, it doesn't matter as long as he's in the news. And these outlets, they use Donald Trump to garner views, right? To garner viewerships. So if you notice lately, every time you turn on the news, Elon Musk is in the news. You can't go on social media without hearing about Elon Musk. And I'm saying to myself, that he has to be the president. He has to be the president, and Donald Trump is the vice president. Because I don't hear anything about J.D. Vance. I don't hear anything about the actual, you know, vice president. It seems to me that Elon Musk is the president because he's doing shit. He's going into the Treasury Department. He's going into the federal, you know, gathering information, right? That only federal employees are able, let me slow down, trendsetter. Okay. He's gathering information that only federal employees should have access to. Government employees should have access to. This man don't have any clearance, but yes, that he can actually access our information. Now, I'm not sure if y'all aware what occurred. I don't want to go too much into this shit, right? Because I'm not, you know, articulate. I don't want to talk about something that I'm not able to articulately present it to y'all. Because I know you goofies, if y'all not hearing drama or articulation, this guy, you know, I'm gonna tune him off. But anyway, go and do some research. Basically, Trump gave him permission or authorized him to go ahead and access people's accounts, you know, Social Security account, Medicaid account. And my problem that I have with that is, why is he having access to these accounts when, you know, what is the purpose of him doing this shit? So I asked myself, what do you think is going on? And myself responded to me. Could it be possible, right? Because you remember in the Bible, this book that everybody think was the infallible word of God that was written by God. It was written by man. And I'm not going to stray off topic, but I have to do it for just 1 second. Now, a lot of y'all believe all the stuff like in Revelation. You know, some people say, oh, Revelation is real and the New Testament is legit because a lot of the prophecies in the New Testament is coming to fruition. I'm going to say something that's going to blow y'all mind. Y'all probably think I'm crazy by saying this shit. But a lot of the so-called prophecies in the New Testament, first of all, it was plagiarized from the Old Testament. Because if you go back to the Old Testament, like the book of Daniel and many other books in the Old Testament, it has the same prophecy. What they have done is, because they had our records, they had the so-called Bible for centuries, they have omit and added things into the book. right? So they created a new God, Jesus Christ, that's y'all savior, not mine, because he ain't saving nobody. Every time you call upon his name and carry a cross, you're going to meet death, because the cross represents an instrument of death. And a lot of you goofies say, I'm bearing the cross of Christ. Well, you can go ahead and do so. I'm not doing that shit, right? But anyway, what's happened is that a lot of the things in the book of Revelation is being fulfilled, right? And everybody get excited. See, the book is legit. Blah, blah, blah. No, these devils plan decades, if not century in advance for events to occur. So let's say they talk about the mark of the beast and all this shit. Now, I know a lot of y'all not going to understand what I'm about to tell you, but there were fallen angels that was cast out from the Most High, right? And I know y'all don't believe that shit, and not everybody is spiritual or biblical or whatever, right? But there were fallen angels that was cast out. These angels are not like what you see in the movie with wings and all that. These are like what you refer to as aliens, right? Alien beings. They came down here. They pretty much contaminated, the Most High creation, which is mankind. They taught mankind war. They gave them instrument of war. You can read the book of Enoch. It tells you about that. And all these technology that you see today, the cell phone, nuclear weapons, guns, these jets and supersonic, these jets that can fly supersonic speed, all this shit that you see today was not man invention. It was passed down from the fallen angels to destroy mankind. Okay? It is so deep. And I'm trying not to stray off topic, because I'm going to get back on Trump and Vice President Trump and President Elon Musk. Just bear with me. Now, in the book of Revelation, it talked about the mark of the beast, right? It talked about you wouldn't be able to buy or sell without taking the mark of the beast. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I had thought the mark of the beast was that jabbity jab that y'all took during the pandemic. You remember, they say, oh, you have to take this thing in your arm, otherwise you wouldn't be able to go to work in some cases or whatever. And they was pushing this shit. I thought that was, and I still think that was. I still think that has a lot to do with it, but in a different way. But I got to be careful what I say on here, because, YouTube like to, listen to certain shit, certain algorithms, you say certain things and they pick up on it and they want to flag a video talking about whatever, right? So I'm saying to myself, why is Elon Musk messing with people's information? And I said to myself, isn't Elon Musk about technology? Isn't his shit about rocket ship, trying to shoot rocket ship to break through the firmament, which he would never be able to do so, because if you notice, every time a rocket ship goes up, it curves. It never goes straight up. Always curve, because they have to curve with the firmament of the earth. Not because the earth is round. The earth is not spinning 1,000 miles an hour. It's not a ball. Anyway. So I'm saying to myself, why is this man fucking with people's information? And I said to myself, you know what? This man deals with technology. This man is talking about chipping people, putting chips in people's brains. I'm sure by now he has these microchips, because I know in some European countries, you can actually go into a store and just wave your hand and purchase things. I don't know if a lot of y'all are aware of that, but you can research that, right? This shit and this is like 5 years ago. This shit been out there 5 years ago. So can you imagine what the technology is today? So I'm saying to myself, this man is in charge of technology. This man is like, I don't think he actually comes up with the technology, but he buys these technologically advanced institute, like any corporation, any businesses that does tech, he acquires them, because a lot of people think that Elon Musk came up with the Tesla. No, he actually bought that from two inventors that actually invented Tesla. He didn't actually buy it. He didn't actually invented the shit, right? The rocket and all that, I'm not too sure about that, but I know for a fact that the original owners wasn't Elon Musk. He didn't actually invent it. He acquired Tesla. He acquired it. All right, I got to do y'all research. And they say he's worth over $450 billion. No, he's not. He's worth that much based on the stock, but because his I would say his what they call it, his I'm trying to remember. I don't want to mess the video up trying to remember. But anyway, his popularity right now is going down the hill, right? So his stocks is dropping. And he doesn't really have $450 billion in his account. He's worth that much based on Tesla, the Tesla stocks and all of that. But it's dropping dramatically because of this, because of its antics and shit. But anyway, Revelation talk about the mark of the beast. So I'm saying to myself, okay, could this man now acquiring all this information, because they say he had like about 20 19-year-olds going in, into the federal building, the Treasury Department, whatever it was, and acquiring all this information. What if he's downloading all this information, right, to pretty much put it on hold, to pretty much later on, maybe a month or two, maybe a year down the line, freeze these accounts and say the only way you can access your account is to take these chips, right? So that way it'll be easier. They're going to come up with some kind of false flag that's going to say, oh, we are being hacked, so now you may want to download your information on these chips and have it implanted in your head or on your arm. That's where the mark of the beast, because the mark of the beast said, you're going to have to take a mark and shit, and the number of the beast is 666. Now, they might have put in 666 to try to throw us off, because every time you try to associate somebody with the mark of the beast, some people thought it was Obama, some people thought it was Reagan. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know who this person is going to be, but I suspect it's Elon Musk. He's the so-called antichrist that they talk about, right? There's the so-called antichrist that's going to come and woo the world and, win the world over, and then he's going to show his true colors. I believe it's Elon Musk. Elon Musk is going to take over the United States and other countries, because his wealth and his ambition and the technology that he has acquired, a lot of country doesn't have this. Where did Elon Musk get this technology from? Where did Elon Musk get all this wealth from? You know what I'm saying? I told you earlier in the video that these technology that you see today was given to us by the fallen angels, right? I refer to them as aliens. These are alien technology. Because just think about 200 years ago. Even 100 years ago. Ain't nobody had no motherfucking smartphone, and this technology was out there, but we didn't have access to the shit. 150 years ago, everybody was riding on horse buggy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody had this shit. I'm sure when people looked up in the sky, they never seen a jet. You know what I'm saying? They might have seen a UFO here and there. I'm sure they have seen the shit, but there was no way to report it, right? So I'm saying, where did he get all this technology from? Who is really Elon Musk? What is he? What is he? Because I've seen video where this man is glitching. I've seen a video where this man is moving like a damn robot. Like he's occupied in some cases. Like he's literally possessed. This man is not normal. You know what I'm saying? He carries his son around like a shield, because I guess whatever happened, ever since whatever happened to that dude, the healthcare CEO and shit, he getting off, right? Getting deleted. So now he's worrying about people doing the same thing. So he carries his son around like a shield. I'm telling you, that's exactly why he have his son. They already said this shit, that he carries his son around like a shield. And in the event somebody try to take him out, he has his son. And that's why I know this man is not a human being. Who brings his son in harm's way like that? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do the shit. If anything, anyway. So I'm just saying to myself, if Revelation is a prophecy that they're going to make sure it comes to fruition, Elon Musk is going to be the one to carry it out. He's going to implement. Something is going to happen. Already they're talking about illegal aliens and people running scared. Feel like they got to walk around with their documents to prove that they're not illegal. What they're going to do, family, mark my word. As I told y'all last year, I told y'all 2025 is going to be a year like none other. Right? That's like I told y'all last year. Before the year ended, 2024 ended according to man's calendar. Because our year actually begins, the new year begins actually in March or April. But anyway, I told y'all that something was going to happen that was going to be of a supernatural aspect. And see, they had drones and orbs and plasma shit in the sky. You know what I'm saying? That happened. And I told y'all 2025 is going to be a year where I believe this time we're really going to go on another lockdown. There's going to be another lockdown. I believe martial law is going to be implemented this year. I believe there's going to be a civil war, because all the stuff that's happening with Trump, the Trump supporters now, they realizing that they was sold a pipe dream. These idiots believe that Trump was really going to be there for them. He promised, the first day in office, the egg prices were going to drop. As a matter of fact, egg prices has skyrocketed. In some cases, you can't even find eggs. Gas prices is going up. So everything that he promised these goofies, he basically reneged on the shit. Trump made a statement in one of his speeches that he said, I don't even need y'all vote. And the reason why he didn't need y'all vote, because what he did, he actually made another statement that Elon Musk went to Pennsylvania. I think I made a video, and they actually flagged the video, took the video down. But I think it's still up. I'm not sure. Anyway, he made a statement that Elon Musk went to Pennsylvania. I'm paraphrasing. And he's a smart man. He knows about computers. He knows about the voting computers. He spent a month and a half. Y'all can research that video. He spent a month and a half in Pennsylvania, and they won by a landslide. He's pretty much telling you that Elon Musk, because remember, he does tech, right? He knows about computers. And he spent a month and a half there manipulating the fucking voting machines. And that's how Trump won. The election was stolen, family. This election was stolen. I'm so surprised that Kamala Harris is not really, because she conceded too quick. Because even after her conceding, there was still being counted. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it's going to come out. It's going to come out that this election was stolen. But until the meantime, Trump is going to wreak havoc. And I mean, Vice President Trump and President Elon Musk, they're going to wreak havoc in this motherfucker, right? This country is going down. And I believe it's going to be an uprising. I believe it's going to be a civil war, and it's going to be some kind of, because when these people, one thing with these so-called patriotic, they're not Republican, but MAGA people, because Republicans don't fuck with Trump. The real Republicans, they don't mess with Trump. They don't like Trump. I'm talking about the MAGAs. One thing, when you start fucking with their money, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. And as I told y'all in many videos, I don't think Trump's going to last 4 years as president. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they're going to assassinate him. That's a possibility. But something is going to happen. Trump is not going to make 4 years of so-called presidency. In my case, as vice president, because I haven't heard anything about, what's the name? J.D. Vance. I don't even think J.D. Vance even is in the motherfucking mix. But family, I don't know, man. I just feel like there's gonna be some kind of implementation where they're gonna say, oh, now we have to take some kind of microchips to identify us as being U.S. citizen or legal here in America, and either that, or they're going to talk about, in order to access your Social Security or Medicare, whatever government grant that you're getting, you're going to have to be chipped because, they're going to, some false flag is going to happen where they're going to hack the system. Because every time where there's a fucking hacking, it's always the U.S. government hacking you and shit, right? So they're doing it enough so now you can say, and they're going to always blame it on the boogeyman. It's always going to be either China or Iran. They're like, just like ISIS and shit was the boogeyman, but you had them going around killing people and blaming it on ISIS and shit. But family, I'm telling you, this year, 2025, I don't know. I know for a fact it ain't going to be no more election. It ain't going to be no more a president election. You know what I'm saying? Trump is the last president. If it's not by means of him changing or amending the Constitution, because it seems like everything this man wants. This man's witchcraft is so strong, family. And I use the word witchcraft because I believe this man is using witchcraft. This man, witchcraft is so fucking strong. Or maybe they know something about him that we don't know. Maybe, because I told you about the fallen angels. These people with the G20 summit every year, they're paying homage to the real Illuminati, which is Lucifer. A lot of y'all don't know that. There is a being that's called, that's actually attributed to the Illuminati, but it's not who you think is an actual fallen angel, Lucifer. He's the one that's ruling this world. But I really believe that this will be the last election. Trump is going to amend the Constitution. Like I said, whatever witchcraft he's using, everybody, Congress, and unless this primary election that's coming up or the special election, unless they, the Democrat win the House or the Senate, I don't know if that's what's coming up, the midterm. But unless that happens, if Trump's going to try to do something where he gets a third term in office. Mark my word, he's going to be the last motherfucking U.S. president. Mark my word. And after him, I believe his daughter's going to run. I think Kamala Harris might, try to get another go at it. I don't think it's going to happen, though. But I believe, man, family, I believe this is going to be the last president of the United Snakes of America, the corporation, the United Snakes, because it's a bunch of reptilians running the world. These are not human beings running the world, family. Not everybody you see walking around that appears to be humans are human. They're not. And soon it's going to be a revealing. Soon they're going to start taking off their masks. See, the other day we had orbs and drones and shit and plasma in the sky, and people say, oh, those are not real. Those were real. Because my daughter, she took a photo of this shit. She lived in the Bronx, and she was on top of one of these apartment buildings smoking some weed, because weed's illegal in New York. And she was up there with her friend, and they seen the shit. She took a video of it. I told her to send me the video. So when I get the video, I'll send it to y'all and show y'all what she saw. And she said, Dad, you know when they talk about these drones transforming into planes, yes, it's really happening, Dad. She said she seen a drone, and it was standing still, and then all of a sudden it just shape-shift into a plane and start moving like an airplane. So yeah, it sounds crazy, but it is what it is. At this point, I could care less what y'all believe and what y'all don't believe, because a lot of y'all believe in some motherfucker that died on a cross and was resurrected and shit and walked on water and raised the dead. Y'all believe in that shit. Y'all never seen it, experienced it for yourself, but y'all believe a story in the Bible. So if y'all can believe that shit, yeah, y'all can believe what I'm telling y'all about the drone that she said. I haven't seen the video yet, that she said transformed into a plane. So y'all believe in some motherfucker that 2,000 years ago allegedly exists and shit, right? And y'all ain't never seen the nigga, but y'all believe that shit, right? The Holy Ghost or whatever y'all want to call it. So if y'all could believe in that shit, y'all should believe in that. These drones that they were showing on TikTok, and it's ever since TikTok was shut down, right? And reopen back, you don't see no more drone videos. Remember before TikTok went down? We see so many fucking videos all over America, all over the world about drones. Now when TikTok came back up, family, guess what? They don't show that shit no more. Because you know what they did? They wiped it clean. There's too much information. People have people are privy to too much information because everybody got cell phone now. Just think about it. You don't hear about that shit no more. You don't hear about nobody talking about drones no more. Maybe here and there, but for the most part, I remember like in 2024, before TikTok was shut down for that one day, man, every time I turned that shit on, all I seen was drones and this and this and that. Now if you find one video, you may be lucky and shit. And let me know if y'all agree. Let me know if y'all been seeing any videos on TikTok lately about drones. Nope. Every time you go on the motherfucking TikTok, all you hearing about is illegals and President Elon Musk and Vice President Donald Trump. That's all you've been hearing. Because you know what they did when they closed that shit down for that day? They wiped all that shit. They wiped that shit off of TikTok. They don't want that on there no more. Because one thing with American people, our attention span is very limited and shit. It's easy for us to just, tune into something totally different. It's very easy for us to just move on to something else. That's what I meant to say. You know what I mean? But family, let me know what y'all think. I know a lot of y'all not going to agree with what I'm saying here, but I do believe that Elon Musk is actually trying to implement the mark of the beast by accessing all this information that he doesn't have clearance to do so with. Right? And he's going to try to use it. He's going to use his technology to implement these fucking chips in your body. And they're going to say, oh, well, yes, in order to be in America now, you have to be chipped because, now we have to identify you as being a legal resident here in the United States. Right? So you're going to be chipped. Mark my word, this shit is coming. The mark of the beast is coming. And that jabbity jab that y'all took, that during the pandemic, that shit is to eliminate many of us. Many of the population of the world. That's what it's for, and it's already been doing its job. A lot of people have been getting cancer, strokes and shit. My wife, she worked for the hospital, and she talk about all these young people coming in there with cancer and shit. Yes, whatever they did is doing its work. Some people got the placebo effect. Some of y'all got the placebo. Y'all didn't get the real deal, and a lot of y'all did, because they're not gonna give all of y'all the jabbity jab, the real shit. Because if everybody start dropping all at once, they're gonna know that people gonna stay. Wait a minute. So what they did, they gave some people. Most people, no, I would say most of the population got it and some of y'all didn't. So just pray that if you did get the jabbity jab, you wasn't one of them and shit. Right? They got the real dose. You got the placebo. Family, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Gotta go.